Okay, maybe that worked. Let's see. You want to visit channel feature your live stream. I believe if everything is going well, I'm live, but I'm not 100% sure. Okay, it says I'm live. Now let's see if you can see me. No, it says you can't see me. No, it does say you can see me. So can you guys hear me? Can you guys see me? Just gotta wait for these comments to come in.
Maybe.
All right, it's working. Maybe. Let me mute that. Update automatically. Alrighty. So, podcast numero dos. Sorry about the delay. This is I was trying to figure it all out through Wirecast, which is the live program that you download through YouTube. I guess that's just to control the cameras, but then you actually have to make it go live through YouTube. So that's where the issue was. So this podcast is kind of informal because, yeah, my day just got not good. I'll get to that in a second. But, well, am I still on camera? I don't know. Did I disappear? Let me refresh real quick. Yeah, why did I disappear? Why did my camera just all of a sudden decide to turn off? There we go. Alright, it's back. Or it should be back. Come on. I'm just waiting for it to refresh, or to catch up to the delay so I can see if I'm actually back on. According to the YouTube Wirecast, I am back on, but from what I see on YouTube, it looks like I'm not back on. So this computer sucks sometimes. I really don't understand why this isn't working. Let me remove this and remove this. Then I'll add it. Sorry, guys. There we go. I'm back. Okay, so this podcast is a little impromptu, just kind of, I don't know. I don't really have any subject to talk about. I haven't thought about it too much. I just know I needed to do one because it's Wednesday, and I wanted to, yeah, I don't know. I had one good topic to talk about last night. I just can't remember what it was. But I'll get into why I'm having a bad day in a second. One thing that I guess I could talk about is, well, there's a really big delay on this video, but that's okay. One thing that I thought was really cool that actually was just kind of rumored yesterday is, let me have it load here, is that, let me find the story real quick, sorry. Come on. Okay, yeah, that iOS 7 is rumored to be running behind, but it's going to have a significant makeover. So that should be pretty cool. So basically what they're saying is that it's got a system-wide UI overhaul. So that means basically everything is going to look different to an extent. So I'm sure it'll still look like iOS. It's still going to be everything we're used to, but it's basically going to be, it's just going to look better. Hopefully, the rumor was that, what's his name? Johnny Ive was going to make it more of a flat design, which I think would be awesome. I'm really a fan of the new flat design that a lot of these companies are using. Google is using a flat design for most of their apps. So if you open up Gmail, let's see, I think I have Gmail on my iPad. No, I probably don't. I don't know why I would have that. Well, anyway, if you go look at some of their apps on iOS, their app design is really incredible. It's probably one of the best app design that I've seen on a mobile device. And if Apple were to take that route and actually make their whole OS look flat and sleek and modern, that would be awesome. I don't really have a problem with the way iOS looks for the most part. There's a few things that, of course, I would like to see changed, but for the most part, I think it looks pretty nice. But it definitely could have a overhaul and get rid of some of that skeuomorphism. And that skeuomorphism is like that leather and the stitching and stuff like that that you just don't. I mean, they don't. It doesn't serve a purpose. It's just there for looks to make it look like the real thing, and that's just one of those things that you don't really need. But it doesn't bother me too much the way iOS looks right now. But it could definitely use an overhaul, and if it did, it would be awesome. So that's the rumor, is that because of this UI overhaul, iOS 7 is actually running a little bit behind, and they actually took some engineers from OS 10.9, took those guys over to work on iOS. So hopefully that is true, because that would mean that we are going to get a new look in iOS 7, which is great, and that's what a lot of people want. And it makes me really excited for the future of iOS. So the next thing, let's see. I seriously had like the best topic to talk about last night. I knew I should have written it down. I just can't remember what it was. Let me see. Well, I guess we could talk about this. I want to talk about a few things that I really hate about iOS. So clearly I'm an iOS user. I like iOS. I use it. That's my primary devices. I use the iPad mini. I use the iPhone 5. I'll just hit my computer there. But yeah, I use the iPhone 5 as my daily phone. And for the most part, I love it. But there are a few things that I really just can't stand. And the first one is the App Store. The App Store works. It looks nice. And it does work. But there's a lot of times where you open it up and it doesn't load anything. And it's super slow. A lot of the time, not all the time, but a lot of the time it's very slow, especially on the iPad. And maybe it's because it's an iPad mini, so it's not like super powerful. But okay, I just opened up the App Store and it's loading. Let's see. Okay, it's loading the top charts, and it took that long. So I just look at the pictures are not even on yet. And yeah, this is a jailbroken device, but that shouldn't really matter. And it was like this before I jailbroke it. So, I mean, so once it's loaded, yeah, it's fine, it works, but it's one of those things that it could be so much better. The design of it is all right. I like it. But just for the most part, it just needs to be faster and updated. Another thing I don't really like. I don't really like, it's hard to, yeah, I think one thing that I would really like to see in iOS is the ability to at least turn off native apps. So, this is more of an issue on the iPhone, but you can't turn off the compass, and who really uses the compass? I'm sure there's 5 people in the world that use the compass, but it's just not. No one uses the compass. At least not. You know what I mean? Obviously there's some people that do, but there should be a way for me to turn that off, or a better way to hide it than putting it into a folder. Because a folder is nice, but it just you need a better option to get rid of some of these apps that you don't need. And also in folders, I should be able to add as many apps into folders as I want. They shouldn't regulate how many apps I can have on my phone. So right now, I think they have 1,000 apps you can have through folders. So if you have 9 pages of all folders, however many apps are fit in there. And I don't know, I shouldn't be able to do that. So with this jailbreak tweak, I can scroll in the folders, which that should be how it is. That should just be how it works. And what I want to get, and this is the one thing that I hate about iOS, and this isn't really iOS, it's just on the iPad, and it is probably the number one thing that I think it's the worst possible thing I've ever seen from Apple since I got into tech. And that wasn't that long ago, but that's for a different video. But the number one thing that I hate is the Contacts app on the iPad. It is probably the worst. It's probably the worst app ever released. Worse than Maps, worse than everything. Sure, it works, but they took skeuomorphism to a whole nother level here. So I'm gonna add a new contact just so I can show you guys demonstrate what I'm talking about. without showing my people's contact information. So, all right. So if I'm looking at it in landscape, it's all right. You know, it looks okay. It just looks like clearly they wanted to make it look like an address book. But where it really annoys me is when I go into portrait view, they made absolutely zero effort to make it look any better. All they did was shrink it down. It doesn't even fill up the whole device. I mean, what is up with that? That is the worst possible thing you could do on for an app. It doesn't fill up the whole screen. That's ridiculous. I mean, let me put my brightness down a little bit so you can see it. But I mean, come on. That's not okay. You can't just have an app like that just because you want to make it look like an address book. That doesn't work. So that is the number one thing about pretty much the entire Apple ecosystem that I just can't stand. Even though I don't use the Contacts app very much, but I just know it's there, so it really annoys me. Yeah, that's like I said, I didn't really do too much planning for this. I just know I needed to do one, so I wasn't gonna do it. I was gonna skip this week, but I figured I'll bring you guys something. And sorry, I'm not really watching the comments because it's hard. Yeah. So let's talk about what else? One more thing. Well, I could talk about why I'm having a bad day, and I was having a good day. So I went to school this morning. Everything was good. Got to my first class. Took a quiz. Super easy. I'm pretty sure I got 100% on it, like usual, for those tests because they're really easy. And then went to my next class. Got my test back that I did before spring break. I did good on it. I was happy. My overall grade is doing good in that class. Everything was great. So then I'm coming home, get in my car, and then the way I normally go home is through one street. But to get out, there's a lot of traffic, and there's a lot of students walking across the crosswalk, so it takes forever. Takes forever to get out. So I don't know, I was going to turn, but people were walking, so I just decided to go the other way, because that's normally what I would do if, I don't know, I rarely do that. I've done it before, but I rarely do that. So I decided to go the other way and take the street down. So, I mean, this isn't that big of a deal. It just sucks for me, so you guys won't care, but yeah, so I got a ticket. I was speeding, and yeah. Yeah, so I was going down this one street. Let me bring it up. It really pisses me off, really, actually. And so I was going with traffic. It was not like the streets were open and there was no one there, and I was just driving like a maniac. I had no idea I was speeding, like zero idea. And I guess I was. I don't know. He clocked me at 53, which is a little ridiculous. But I mean, I guess I was speeding. I can't deny I wasn't speeding because he did catch me on the radar. But it's one of those really annoying things. So let me show you this. I was going with traffic. There was not a lot of traffic, but there was enough where I couldn't like really be speeding unless I was swerving in and out of traffic. But so let me show you this. So this is the street I was going on. Let me put this here. So see that straight street right there? So that was the street I was going on. And the speed limit there is like 45. And right here, this curve, which is like 300 feet, turns to 35 miles an hour. And I didn't slow down because, I don't know, the cars around me weren't slowing down. I wasn't paying attention to the speed. Like I said, I never take this way, so I don't know, I was just driving with the traffic. And there was a cop right there. Oh, gosh. Yeah, that makes me mad. But, so yeah, he got me, and then I got a ticket. So that's whatever. A ticket's a ticket, everyone gets tickets, but what? Yeah, that's a plane. I was wondering what that noise was. Ticket. So this, I don't know how much I should say about it because I might fight it, but basically what I'm thinking is, it's one of those things. I got a ticket like 6 months ago, my first ticket ever. and whatever, that was fine. I wasn't going that fast, and I was actually genuinely speeding on that time because I was late to class. I was 20 minutes late to class on the day of my final. I was like 20 minutes late when I got pulled over, and then so that added like another, yeah. So that I was actually speeding that time, so that was fine. I was actually speeding this time too, but I wasn't trying to speed or anything like that. My idea is, and I don't know if I should really, I don't know how much I should say, but that because my car is not stock, which it is, it's mainly stock, but it doesn't look stock. He chose me out of the bunch, but I can't prove that. So I might fight it. I don't know. I probably won't. I could pay the ticket. That's fine. The ticket, whatever. I'll pay for that. That's not a big deal. But what sucks is the insurance. So my insurance is going to go up now because I can't do traffic school for this because I just got a ticket like 6 months ago. This is so annoying. Makes me feel bad because it makes me feel like I'm a criminal or something. It's like I'm just driving. It's ridiculous that the street for like 300 feet, seriously, for like 300 feet goes to 35 miles an hour. Ugh, so annoying. So I'll probably never take that way again, even though there's no reason not to. Sorry, I'm upset. So this ticket's probably going to be like $400. So if there's a lack of products being bought, that's why. Yeah, let's see how long we've been going on. 16 minutes. All right, well, let's see who's watching in here. That's enough about my crappy day. I want to get my attention off of that. Harry LTV, are you in here still? Life of Tech and Justin Armstrong. It says there's 3 people watching, so I'm gonna assume since you're the last 3 that commented that it's you. But I don't know. In my, yeah. Alright, well, it's been 17 minutes, so I think I'm going to end this here. Yeah, so what I'm going to do for the future is not, I'm planning on live streaming these podcasts still, but I'm not going to do it like this where I've not actually set up. It's going to be an official live stream where I have my camera set up and I'm going to record it separately. And the live stream will just be a place where you guys can ask me questions afterwards or something like that. Also, I'm coming down with this happens to me every single year. Every year the weather changes, I don't want to call it a cold because I don't feel sick. I think it's just my allergies. And it's like my nose will get semi-stuffy and my throat will hurt. So it's just allergies, but it happens. I can predict when it's going to happen. It happens every single time when it stops being cold and starts getting warm. So right now it's let's see what the weather is. Yeah, 74, but last week it was pretty nice too, but this is just where the weather is starting to change. So my sinuses just can't deal with it, I guess, which is really annoying. And I don't think I sound sick or anything like that, but I don't feel good. And then I got a ticket today. So today is just not a good day. It was a good day. I was having a good day, but yeah. All right, well, this is depressing, so I'm going to go ahead and end this here. Like I said, next week it's going to be a little bit more professional than this. Just this week, today I just couldn't do this. I wasn't even going to do one, but I decided to just get it out for you guys. Keep with the schedule. You can't stop the world just because you're having a bad day. So I figured I'd throw this out for you guys. I know it was short and kind of random. I didn't really have too much planned, but we're going to go ahead and end this. I have to go pick up my sister in a few minutes anyway, so yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed it. I know it wasn't the most exciting podcast, but next week we'll be back to the better production quality, and I'll schedule the timing for when it'll probably be around this time next week too, but it'll be more, or maybe I'll do it later. I don't know. It depends. leave your comments down below telling me what time would be best for you guys. I'm on the Pacific Coast, so I'll probably do it around 4. It'll either be around 2 p.m. Pacific Standard or 4 p.m. Pacific Standard. So you guys Pacific? Yeah, I don't know why that sounded wrong to me, but yeah, Pacific. So that would be like 7 Eastern time. So you guys let me know in the comments below what time works best for you, and I'll schedule it so you guys can know when it's going to be happening. And yeah, so we'll be all set for that. Anyway, guys, I'll see you guys in my next podcast, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Oh, wait, hold on. We got a question here. Actually, I'll stop this here. And then, whatever. Let's just keep this going. I've got a few questions here. Well, I got one question. Life of Tech. I use Premiere Pro CS6. Do you guys want me to? I can stop this podcast and then I can go live again just to chat if you guys want. Let me know. But see, next week what I'll do is I'll record it, and then what I'll do is I'll record it so that I could stay live and just talk to you guys. And then either I'll delete the live stream after I do it, or I'll just leave it up. I'm not sure about that yet. But basically, like next week, you'll get a full video, full quality like I've been putting out. But you also have a live stream with it, so you guys can ask me questions. 4 or 5 Eastern. All right, so that would be like 2 o'clock here. But yeah, I'm gonna end this here. Yeah, I'll see you guys later. See ya. Oh, dang it. Now I gotta go figure out how to turn this off. Hold on. See ya.